All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It is another fantastic Monday morning here at Health Plan Markets, and it's 9:02 on October 2nd. We are here. It is the second day of pre-annual enrollment period 2024. We're going to talk about the rules of the road, but many of you have appointments today, and congratulations. That is amazing. I know that many of you are very, very excited for this year. There's lots of great rumors going around about five-star plans. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Just lots and lots going on. Great energy this morning, great energy all around. Again, thank you for all of you that came out to our kickoff session. We had a really great time with you, and we're going to continue to digest that information as we go forward. However, we still got to keep one foot in the classroom and the other one in the field at all times. So with that, I'm going to share my screen. We've got some training and some events this week. I just want to make sure everyone is aware of and you take advantage of those things because, as you know, the smarter you get, the more money you make. How it works. All right. So this morning, you've got United Healthcare. They're doing a virtual rollout session for Lake Marion and Sumter counties. So if you plan on doing some action in that market, go ahead and join them there. Cigna's doing their virtual session, Product Training 2024, there at 10 o'clock this morning. Another one, United Healthcare, same deal. They're doing Orange, Osceola, and Seminole. That's at 3 o'clock today. They're still doing their virtual office sessions at 4 if you have questions. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Health First is doing a few of their virtual kickoff sessions. They'll be talking about their benefits specifically. They've got one at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, another one at 2 o'clock on Thursday the 5th. They're always a little late out of the gate, but check those out. Wednesday, our very own Al Clancy, the man, the myth, the legend, is available for you at 9:30 virtually every Wednesday. Mark your calendar every Wednesday, 9:30. Al will be available to take phone calls. Jump into his Google Meet room and chit chat with Al because he may know secrets. He may know some tips and tricks to help you be successful this AEP, this OE, and beyond. So he's available. Thank you, Al, for making yourself available to the team. Wednesday, again, 11 o'clock, Cigna's doing that virtual office meeting as well. On Thursday, 2024 HPM Shop, we're going to do some more training here. This is going to be an ongoing thing. So make sure that you register for 2024 Shop. This is our quote and enroll tool for Medicare Advantage. We're going to talk a lot about that this morning. We've carved out time with John, who's been working tirelessly all throughout the weekend to make sure that all of your shop profiles are set up and RTSs are ready to go. So really proud of him for doing that. Thank you, John. And so there's going to be a couple of sessions that we're rolling through. We've got a recorded training session we're going to talk about as well. And then Friday, we've got Tom. Tom's going to be available. What about HPM Shop? And he is geared up and ready for 2024 as well. So lots of new changes this year. We're going to talk about that. So remember, guys, one foot in the classroom. The other one is in the field at all times. Man, I skipped our mission here. You know, sometimes I'm so excited this year. I'm so excited this year that everything's happening. I can't believe we're here already. Okay. We've got 13 days until we can officially take an application for 2024 for Medicare. But let's not forget our mission. Our mission is to improve the lives of our community with affordable health care. Thank you for being a part of that. Okay, that's mission one. I know we're all excited. I know, some of you are going to have a banner year for, income, and I'm really, really excited about that. But let's not lose focus. We're out here to help people. Okay. Let's jump over to one of our providers. Have some very interesting news. CenterWell has now inked an agreement or re-inked an agreement with United Healthcare Medicare. So they will start taking the United Healthcare Medicare plans effective October 1st. So check your email for more information there. It is a fantastic opportunity because United Healthcare is the largest Medicare Advantage plan in the country, and CenterWell has locations in multiple states. all over the place. So, as far as our locations go, this is their website. I'm on CenterWellPrimaryCare.com. You can check out, their locations there. One thing that I wanted to point out to not only you, but our team internally is they have events posted on their website that may or may not have an agent. And so you can jump into a CenterWell event by contacting them and saying, hey, can I participate in your CenterWell event? So I'm just going to show you very quickly what this looks like. So this is Orlando, Florida, 32801. And I can see the events here that we've got 153 events posted that are coming up within a 100-mile radius of 32801. So check this out, right? They're doing coffee talks, birthday celebrations, crafting and knitting circles, card games, dominoes and board games, coffee and meditation, fresh market and chat. Lots of cool ideas. So I can guarantee you not all of these are going to be attended by an agent. So if you have a contact at CenterWell, or if you don't and you want help finding an event, here's just one provider group. This is just one that you can tap on there, find an event, and get some activity. Remember, guys, activity, activity, activity. They ain't going to walk through your living room. You've got to go out there. And if you don't already have leads, then you better start doing some lead generation immediately. So you've really got 2 weeks to kind of ramp that up. So you got lots of events here throughout AEP. So if it's a slower AEP or if you're new to the business, it's really all about activity. What can you do to generate leads? And these guys will help you do it. So wanted to point that out. Also wanted to share with you, just shifting gears into ACA just for a moment here. Last week we announced that HealthSherpa is now providing continuing education credits, CE credits, for us if you use their training platform to do your annual training with FFM. So if you go through them, in several states, you're going to get CE credits by going through HealthSherpa. This is really cool because you got to do the training anyway. You weren't getting CE credits, and we all need them, right? So depending on where you land, you have to have a specific number of CE credits ready to go to continue what you're doing year over year. So HealthSherpa is providing that, but they also put out an open enrollment guide for preparing for 2024. And this is for new and existing agents. So if you're new to HealthSherpa, this will kind of walk you through it. It's not long. It's about 5 pages, and it gives you a checklist in the front. Talks about all that. You've got a link there. Talks about your readiness, how to update your carrier settings. All great resources here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this link and put it in the chat for everybody. You can click that, and you should be able to go ahead and download it. There is a version in Spanish as well, as you can see here. So check that out in case you prefer the information in Espanol. Okay. So really great guide there. I wanted to point that out. And because, ACA is still very important, and it's a lead gen opportunity for you for all lines of business. So there you go. All right, shifting back into AEP, I'm getting a lot of questions about our contest this year. And if you were at the tee-off, you already got a sneak peek of our contest. This year for 2024, we are going cruising. That's right, we're going to do a Caribbean cruise for our contest this year for AEP 2024. This contest is for effective 1/1s only. So they have to be effective January 1st only, okay? I have a video here on this link here. I'm going to copy this in. This lives in the gold key under contests. So again, if you don't have the gold key, reach out to us. We want to make sure that you have that information. I'm not going to deep dive on it because we're going to talk about shop this morning. But here's the video. I go through the contest in detail. There is one caveat. Ultimate Health Plans is not available on HPM Shop. So you can count those towards your apps, but you do have to report them manually. And so those are listed here underneath the video. I've got a flyer here. It is 60 points to get on the cruise. We talk about the point system, and then a list of the points on the carriers is listed in this flyer. So you just scroll down and you'll see all the 1-point plans and the 2-point plans, okay? The contest rules, I'm going to read very quickly. It's based on points only. Only Medicare Shop e-apps will be counted. No paper apps, no apps written through the carrier, except for Ultimate. That's the only one there. Last year we had HealthSherpa, Health First, but Health First is now on Shop, so you have to write it through Shop in order to get credit for the contest. There are no exchanges for the contest, no transferring of points, no buying of points, no selling of points, no stealing people's points, no harassing them or bribing them for points. You get what you get, what you get. Okay. Agency partners and your teams, please keep in mind, as normal, we're going to do a 50% split cost for you and your team if you hit the 60 points or more. This is for Medicare Advantage plans only. No PDPs or supplements will count towards the contest. Medicare Advantage plans only. And again, it is for effective January 1st, 2024 effective apps. That's a typo, 2024 apps. So appreciate that. This is for the cruise 24. And we will have the board up like we did last year, so you can see that. We've already got it laid out. If you have questions, you can shoot an email or phone or call us there. We're happy to help. We'll build out the itinerary as we get closer and closer to late April, early May is when we're shooting for. So again, late April, early May is when we're shooting for. That seemed to be a really good time. It's right after spring break, so things seem to work pretty well around that time. For us to do some traveling. So we should finalize the points towards the backside of February just because everything is there. Okay. So with that, that is a contest. There's always going to be more to come on that as we continue and move forward throughout AEP. Just keep your eyes on that contest there. Any questions, please let us know. We're happy to help. Okay. I want to go through pre-AEP rules here because this is super important. We have a lot of questions surrounding what's going on with AEP, and Humana did a really great job of putting together a little guide. And so let me pull that up. If you guys can please make sure that you're on mute, that would be very, very helpful. I appreciate that. Just because we got a lot of people listening here. So John, maybe if you can make sure that they're good to go. If you can run the mute channel there, I appreciate it. All right, so this was an email sent over from Humana, and I want to go through it very, very quickly here. The pre-AEP guidance. Pre-AEP is the time frame between October 1st and October 14th. We are here. During pre-AEP, agents are allowed to set appointments, present 2024 benefits for the upcoming year, assist beneficiaries in completing a paper application and or sending wet SIG applications when requested by the beneficiary. Allowable activities include, these are things you can do. You can meet with the beneficiary. You can assess their benefits, their needs. You can review their plan changes and options. You can do a full compliant sales presentation. You can recommend coverage that best fits their needs for the next year. Okay. You cannot encourage to complete an application, solicit or accept an application. You cannot take possession of or just hold on to, quote unquote, the application, paper or electronic, for 2024 prior to October 15th. Okay. So again, do not encourage them to complete it, solicit, accept it, take possession of, hold on to, don't touch it. Okay. Now, if a member says, I absolutely want to enroll in this plan, I know I'm going to change plans, you don't have to come back. Let's get this thing done now. You can take an application, or no, you can't take the application, but you can fill out an application. And so you can, when you fill out the application and get them to sign it, you can put your name on the application and your writing number. So whatever carrier that is, you can put your name and an application on the, your name and writing number on the application. Do not put a date next to your name under the agent section, because that indicates that that is the day that you accepted the application. You don't want to do that. Okay, so leave that blank. You're always going to leave it blank, and then they can mail in the paper application if that's their choice. But remember, they cannot mail it before October 15th. Okay. Not only Humana, but CMS and all the other carriers will investigate any applications that come in with your name on it prior to October 15th. Okay. So if you trust your clients not to send it before the 15th, then you can do that. If you don't trust them, don't take the application. Just come back and grab it. Or tell them this. The best way to do this is, between October 15th to December 7th, you guys should be in your pajamas crushing apps on Shop. That's what I would be doing, right? So you just call them on the 15th, say, hey, it'll take us 15 minutes. We'll get you enrolled in the plan that, we'll already set you up, and then off you go. You're going to save a lot of gasoline doing it that way this year, okay? What does this mean to agents? Okay, you may place your name and your writing number on the app. Do not date the applications. You cannot hold on to applications. Be thorough in reminding clients not to mail the application until October 15th. Okay. Humana even has stickers that you can put on the envelope to mail it if you're going to do that today or over the next 2 weeks, right? Just keep in mind, guys, if you're doing paper apps and you're sending them now, it's not going to count towards the contest. Being very clear on that. Okay. Paper apps don't count. So you might as well just tell them, I'll call you on the 15th and we'll get the app done. You don't have to be driving back over there. Okay. In Shop, we have some new features, including a full voice enrollment capability, full scope capability. So there's really no reason why you can't do it over the phone. You have the same technology as the major call centers. Okay. If you have any questions about pre-AEP, please let us know. But this email was sent over to you by Humana, specifically Raul or whoever was in your market. This is the market manager here in Florida, so you can check that out. But the message is the same, so I want to make sure everybody has access to that. Okay, jumping back over to Medicare, I do want to make sure that you guys know that the Medicare. Whoops, where are we? There we go. Okay, the Medicare 2024 site is up. So Medicare.gov. If you land on Medicare.gov, you can preview the 2024 plans here. I'm going to walk you through how to do this very quickly. Okay. So I'm going to turn on my cursor here so it's a little bit easier for you to see. Medicare.gov, you're going to click preview 2024 plans, and then you type in the zip code that you're looking for. So in this case, I'm going to look in Orlando, and we're looking for Part C plans. Click that. Do they get help from any of these programs? For now, I'm just going to go in generic here. Do you want to see your drug costs? So you can actually start putting in your client's drug information, or they can do it too. And then it'll pull up the plans. So it'll give you the first 10 out of the 56 plans that are located in this particular zip code. Okay. Now, if you're looking for the 2023 plans, you can click this and it'll bounce it back to 2023. If you're looking for drug plans only, there's 21 available in this market. You can click that one. You can adjust all sorts of filters here on the top. You can change your location. You can rearrange the plans, and then you can start going down. You can see which plans are in which order here in this market. Just by default, WellCare's number 1, Freedom number 2, Humana number 3, Aetna number 4, Cigna number 5, so on and so forth. One thing that you'll notice is there is no star ratings yet. Okay, those have not been launched and announced by the plans. We expect that to happen this week. So you can check back on Medicare.gov to see what's going on there. Okay. Also, you can compare plans. So if you wanted to compare up to 3 plans, you can do that here. Just scroll down, click the 3 that you want, and then you can click compare. And this will give you a side-by-side comparison on Medicare.gov. You saw how easy it was for me to do this. The co-pays, co-insurances, deductibles, extra benefits, things like that. And then you can click plan details to learn more about that plan. They may or may not have all the assets in there, such as the directory and the summary of benefits and things like that. So I recommend just going out to the plan's website at that moment. Okay, so this is Medicare.gov. Okay, but we also have Shop 24. We've got Jonathan that has been instrumental in building out Shop 24. We've got a new URL for login, and this is effective immediately for 2023 and 2024 enrollment. So if you have an app to do today for 11/1 or 12/1, you're going to want to use this link to start doing your applications. Okay, so there it is. I've put it in the chat there as well. With that, I'd like to get John on the line to help us and talk to us about all the intricacies of moving over into this brand new website. So John, you want to take it from here?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. So as you can see here, Justin's logging in for his first time. And if you notice something, this hopefully should work. My screen stopped sharing, apparently. Now that's my time to start talking. But your username and password should remain the same. So I don't know what's going on here, so I'm going to blindly talk about what I need to talk about.
Oh, just walk me through it. Walk me through it. I'm here for you.
So if we were to go up to plans in the top right corner, this would be the best way to kind of demonstrate how you're able to see 2023, 2024 plans. So when you go up there, you would enter in your zip code as you're just to search for a plan like normal. And then you'll notice after you search in for the plan, you will then have the option to select or change the selling year and toggle between 2023 and 2024. So that is where you'll be able to go for that. Moving forward, the real great news about these changes to Shop is this URL is going to be the URL forever moving forward. So going into the 2025 selling season, this will still be the same URL. We'll just be uploading your selling permissions for 2025. So that's really great news, and especially with your shopping link or your Pearl. That also will not be changing. So that's going to enhance your capabilities for doing marketing. Imagine now you can put your QR code on your business card and never have to worry about that site changing from year to year. They'll be able to view and shop plans for both selling years. So this is the new Shop dual year site. So we're really excited about that. The other big point of topic and discussion would be the selling permission. So again, Justin, I don't know what's going on the screen, but if you want to go up to your account overview in the top right corner, then we can go to the profile page.
Yep.
So profile page looks fairly similar as it did last year. But if you scroll all the way down to the very bottom, oh, there we go. I can see what's going on. So now you can see there's the 2024, 2023 selling permissions for the plans, and the not only that, the plans, the states they're in, and so on and so forth. Now, what's very crucial about this is please verify the selling permission for the state that you're in, the carrier, and also that your producer ID is correct. That is very, very important because that is what is going to be put on the application when you submit, is that producer ID. And just a little note, United and WellCare were a little delayed in the processing of the selling permissions, but I do believe that they are on there now for everyone. And also, if you are missing a selling permission, there might be a good reason for that. And one of them, we don't know that you're ready to sell for 2024 for that carrier. So please submit, if you have not already, to contracting@askhpm.com that you are ready to sell for that carrier. Not just the certification, but the main important thing is it has to say ready to sell. Oh, great. So WellCare did display. that did process. Awesome. Because that will be really crucial in helping not only myself but the contracting team keep the proper information on file so that everyone is going to be good to go. I just saw the question pop up about the assisted living on SHOP, and I have not gotten the absolute clarity on that. But at the moment, I don't believe it's going to be on SHOP. I'm just going to have to leave it at that because it's not on there yet. So at the moment, we're just going to still advocate for it being on there. So, when it comes to SHOP in this sense, I have to operate with a kind of true false yes or no. So if it's not on there right now, my stance is it's not on there, won't be on there, but we'll see when we get on there. Yes, Sergio. So the type of proof you need for email and contracting is some carriers send an email, or there's a way in the portal itself to screenshot, and it will say when you are ready to sell, and not just when you're ready to sell, but also what state you're in as well. Some carriers are great with bringing and sending us ready to sell updates. Maybe they'll email us a spreadsheet, but not always, and not always in a timely manner. So if you're missing something, that very much could be a reason why. And we're happy to help you out and work through that to get that on there. Another kind of note in a sense that's not really able to be kind of displayed, but it is October 2nd right now. So the site just went live at 12:01 in the morning on Sunday. So the team was working really digital throughout the night, testing to make sure all the stuff was working. But there is some stuff that does not get to connector to even process for us to have available yet. And one of those things is provider data. So if you're in there looking for the application, you want to check what providers are there and available. That may not be loaded in general and or carrier specific. So that, and if there is something that might be missing that you should be there, please by all means shoot an email over to support@askhpm.com. Best I can do is I can submit that and be like, look, this is some things that our agents found that are missing, and we can at least find out what's going on. There is no change password button. That's interesting. I did not notice that.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, there's going to be some nuances here that, anytime that we flip sites, and this is another reason why we're no longer going to be flipping sites because of these little nuances. So next year we won't have another site flip. It'll just be this link forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so you can bookmark this. You can delete 23 as well.
The password actually is your username and password should not have changed. So when I uploaded and made sure that you had access to the dual year site, I was also ensuring that I did not just automatically change your password for everyone. So Tom was just saying there's a change path. Oh, so the change password I believe is on the login page down. So you'd probably have to sign out.
Yeah, let me log out and then let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I forgot username, forgot passwords right under the login here. Okay, so there it is, guys.
And if you ever do the forgot password and you don't seem to be receiving it, just let us know and we can verify what email we have on file for you, just to be sure. But it sometimes can take a minute or two. It is an automated generated email, so that sometimes can take a little bit of time depending on your email provider. And also just on a little note on the selling permission site, I know Aetna is one of the more unique carriers in how they display their ready to sell status, and that is in their producer world. And actually they do have basically a map of the United States, and that is their ready to sell. So they'll actually, you just need to take a screenshot of that map and it will display the selling years and also the states that you are in. All that information is very helpful for us to help you.
Yeah, and also using shop permissions as you're gearing up to take applications on the 15th, right? We're telling you this because you can't take an application right now for 24. Can't, right? That would put you in CMS jail. We don't want that. But what we're doing here is showing you this is how you get to the information so you can make sure that you're ready to sell on October 15th. So please, please take some time, grab a beer, grab a glass of wine, sit down after work today and go through these selling permissions to ensure that you've got what you need. If you don't have what you need, then you can send us a note, email us, call us, whatever makes sense. But really what we're going to need is proof that you're ready to sell because like John said, unfortunately the carriers don't always tell us that you're ready to sell. So just a quick trick here, you can do it by carrier. So let's say you just wanted to make sure that you were ready to sell for Aetna in Arkansas. Looks like I'm not. So that's an issue, right? Aetna in Arizona is not. Maybe in Florida. Okay, yep, I'm good in Florida. So you can see where there's gaps just by going through and clicking it. And you can see very quickly how that works out, right? Or you can select several carriers at once. And then, or by state, you can see which carriers you have in each state. So if I wanted to look at California, I can see that I've got my alignment set up and my WellCare set up. So, I recommend going by state. If you know which states you're RTS for, then you can just verify which carriers you can do that with. Okay.
And if you
We're happy
also
to help
want
you with
to
that.
narrow that down and make it a little bit easier to read, if you click under plan type and just click on MAPD, it's a little bit easier to read which ones you have in which states, especially if you're worried about MAPD plans in particular. You just kind of eliminate a lot of the noise because like when I create the selling permissions, it's automatically going to add and show that it's for MA, it's for PDP, it's for MAPD.
Right.
So it's just easier to kind of read that.
Yep. So and also you guys have some great opportunities in and out of your resident state. So if you add additional states, if you decide to add a state today, you got to get the appointment process for each carrier in that state. So if you recently appointed in a new state and maybe you're contracted with Aetna, for example, you need to let Aetna know that you contracted in that state and send them your new non-resident license. Once they reply back that you're good to go for that particular state, you're going to shoot it over to support@askhpm.com and we'll take a look at it and add those selling permissions for you. Very good.
And one other final thing I would just want to talk about real quick is the gold key. I'm working on. I'm getting more and more information now that we're past October 1. So we'll be changing up the way the gold key looks for the shop in particular. Right now, we do have the URL in case you ever misplace it on there. We do have the training video on there. And coming soon is going to be the HRA availability and processing. Sorry, I just saw Mark pop up. So the username, just a little note as well. Username will always be your NPN. That is the unique identifier for you and yourself. So, we don't want to use if you have 5 different email accounts or anything. It's always going to be your NPN for your username. And Mark, if you have any other difficulties, I'll get with you later after the call. Okay. And so the HRA seemingly is more robust this year in regards of being able to not only do it as a broker enrollment, but also as a consumer enrollment when you send it to your client for signature. I think it's always a safe bet to, assume that it's best to do your enrollments for as a broker side. And how are you going to ensure that all your enrollments are done on the broker side? Well, there's the new feature where you can actually, on your recorded calls, accept a scope of appointment voice signature.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually accept your applications as a broker enrollment via a voice signature. Now, there are extra steps in that, and that is all covered in the training video. So I do highly suggest watching that. In fact, there actually might be some agent training materials that you're just looking at within there. But yeah, that video right there is going to be just a great resource. So you do have to read off the step-by-step, check the box that these are the different things that you're seeing and that they acknowledge. Now that's the old HRA right there, but that is what's going to be updated for the new stuff. But yeah, so HRA, more carriers are being added, more flexibility. If you notice, Cigna on there was a broker and only. Now we can actually send the app to the member for signature, and it's going to be baked into the actual enrollment itself. So a lot of great improvements. Yes, Justin, you drop the link in there.
Yeah, just so you guys remember, the gold key is very easy to remember. It's joinhpm.com/gold key. That's how you get to it. Always and forever. So yeah, please save that link. In fact, that was the only link that I gave out at the tee off. But yeah, just save that link forever and ever. That's going to have links to everything. Spark. It's going to have links to Shop. It's going to have all the information. This is your brains. Because we talk about the concept brains, book, and business. Gold key is your brains. Shop is Spark is your book, and writing business is through HPM Shop. So if you can kind of keep those three buckets, that'll help you kind of guide where I need to go for what. Anything else to add this morning, John?
Let me double check my notes. Provider directory, 2024.
Yeah, great questions. Yeah, great questions in the chat too, and I answered a few of them. Tina was asking about there was a mistake with United Healthcare. I've got to go back and fix that as far as a point system. So she's already planning her trip to on the cruise. I love it, Tina. We know we're going to welcome you back. So thank you for your patience on that. We discussed Mark. Tim asked, does Shop's SOA text work as it has in the past? Will it meet 48-hour requirements? And I replied back, it does. The scope of appointment will be available by email, text, and now voice signature. So you'll be able to do a voice signature on the scope. But remember, it is your responsibility as an agent to collect the scope 48 hours in advance. We give you the technology, but you have to follow the compliance. Okay. One exception to the rule is if someone calls you and wants to enroll same day, you can do the scope and enroll them the same day. But it has to be an inbound call to you, okay? You can't call them and tell them to call you back as a cold call. That won't count. But if you did a mailer, or if you give them your business card, or the neighbor told somebody and then they call you and want to get enrolled, the 48-hour rule does not apply for inbound calls. You can do the scope and the enrollment same day. And that's starting effective immediately. So that includes your 11-1 and 12-1 enrollments as we continue to close out the year. Okay. No more recording calls for nuances like I lost my card, I got a bill, the doctor said I was ugly. All of those things go away. Okay. The only time you need to record your call is if you're in the sales process. Are you talking about benefits? Do you plan on doing an enrollment? Are they talking to you about switching their plan, their benefits? All of those things in that realm right there has to be recorded. Okay. Even plan changes within the same company. If you're touching Shop, it needs to be recorded. Now, one thing we didn't mention is the call recording capabilities are no longer there. We discussed this earlier in the year. We have replaced it with the Spanish broker functionality. So in Espanol, if you prefer to use the site in Spanish, it is now available in Spanish. But we are no longer hosting call recording because only 3% of you were using the call recording feature, and it is extremely expensive. So I trust that everybody has a call recording functionality. We do recommend that you check out Ring Central. Please send us over an email to support@askhpm.com if you're interested in learning more about Ring Central. Thank you to Mr. Joe Falk for working out a discount for us there. We appreciate him. But if you don't have it, please let us know. Okay, because we want to make sure that you have the call recording functionality. Rick, it does. I got it to work, but just in case, here's the raw link for the gold key. Either one works. So there's the gold key there as well. Tom just discussed the call recording there. If you need a solution, please let us know, and we're happy to help you with that. But unfortunately, we have gone away from the call recording this year on Shop specifically because it just was not being used. Okay, so many of you have Tape a Call or Ring Central, or you're using Zoom, whatever you're doing, that's fine. We have no problem with it. Just remember that you got to keep those calls for 10 years. We have some recommendations on how to tackle the call recording. Just let us know and we're happy to help. So.
Hey, Justin, there's one more note I want to make. So some of the new features that you'll learn about in the training video is they'll also go over Medicare validation and Medicaid validation, a couple new features added to Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are really exciting. And also, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, there was the application kind of process or journey. So 3 really great and unique features added, but they can be carrier dependent. And what I mean by that is that's not available for every carrier. A carrier may have chosen to opt out of having those features enabled for them. Medicaid, I do believe, is a standalone thing. I don't believe that affects per carrier, but the Medicare validation and the application processing does.
There we go. Fantastic. There was one question Joe Falk had mentioned. I just saw it here. I saw that WellCare has a 2-star plan. Are we able to sell a 2-star plan? Yes, you can sell a 2-star plan. You could sell a 1-star plan if they were out there. What will happen if WellCare is shown a 2-star plan, which we haven't seen yet because it's not out. So whatever the star rating is, if a plan dip below 3 stars, so if it's 2.5, and that plan does not improve to 3 stars or more within 3 years, then what will happen is those members will be given an SEP to exit the plan at any time during the year. That's not the case here. We would have to see WellCare really, really flub it up for the next 3 years in a row for that to happen. We haven't seen that happen. Usually plans make course corrections in order for that to happen. But yes, you can sell any plan on any star rating, whether it's a 1-star or 5-star plan. And lastly, talking on that, we're hearing lots and lots of rumors about several plans receiving 5 stars. Just in Florida, but even beyond Florida and other states, we're hearing rumors. So it's going to be a good year. It means that those members can enroll in a 5-star plan year round. Remember that, a 5-star designation for 2024, whether you write it in December for 1/1 or in the middle of July, remember they only get 1 5-star SEP for the year. So if you use it, it's going to burn it in December. So if you're enrolling them in the 5-star plan for 1/1 effective while you're in AEP, please use AEP open enrollment as the enrollment period that you're choosing. If you use 5-star, they're not going to have one for 2024. Okay, so please make sure that you do that. Okay. All right. I really appreciate everyone being on the call. We're at 9:45. We went over. John, thank you. Great job this weekend. I really appreciate your extra time and energy that's been put into this. We really appreciate it. Again, guys, if you have any questions, concerns, or anything that you might need help with, remember, we're here, support at askhpm.com or 844-696-3975. We're here to help you be the best you can be. Congratulations. Happy pre-AEP. And go get them, Tiger.